Hey, friends. Well, I've kind of talked about this a bit yesterday, but the raw vegan detox experience that we launched yesterday is underway. It's been a few years since I did this, and I had kind of not really forgotten what it feels like, but I'd forgotten the way that the feelings emerge, the way that your body gets kind of overtaken by detoxing, by what is happening when your body detoxes. It's kind of a remarkable thing, and I, now that we're in it, I also realized I want to outline this on my post a little bit because I feel like I have a pretty extensive background in doing this kind of work, specifically nutritional, body cleansing, body alkalinity type stuff, which for those of you who've never heard of alkalinity, I'd be surprised if there's very many of you out there, but alkalinity is just your body's pH. And there's an interesting fact about body pH because people talk about an acidic diet. If we eat foods that are acidic, they create an acidic condition in the body, and then it becomes harder for the body to fight off disease. The body becomes taxed. The biome is no longer in its optimal state because some of the various enzymes and bacteria and organisms that are not strictly part of our DNA, but that we need in our physical environment in order to operate properly. When the body gets acidic, that they get uncomfortable, or they can even start to die out. So body acidity, body pH is a big deal. But an interesting fact about it is your blood pH never changes. The reason that your blood pH never changes is that your body orients everything else around maintaining a stable blood pH. The reason for that being that the blood flows everywhere in the body, including the brain, and if the blood pH changed by even a tiny little sort of decimal point worth of pH, it would start to kill the brain. So blood pH isn't allowed to change. The body moves heaven and earth to make sure that blood pH doesn't change. So what does happen when we eat acidic food or when we create an acidic condition in the body? Well, the body has reservoirs of both acidic content, right? We have stomach acid. We know that we have to have a certain amount of acid in our digestive system in order to process food, in order to digest food. And then our body has alkaline reservoirs as well. And if you think about the things that are alkaline, again, for the uninitiated, this is kind of like a crash course, but things that are, one of the primary alkaline stores of the body is the bones. So calcium, magnesium are alkaline minerals, and if the body is feeling it needs to adjust the blood or needs to adjust anywhere in the system to make itself more alkaline, it will start drawing resources from those reservoirs, which is why an acidic condition over time can lead to bone degeneration, can lead to all these other health conditions, right? So this is stuff that I spent a fair amount of time when I was younger, maybe about almost 16, 17 years ago. I really got into this and started going deep into nutrition, figuring out what some of the mechanisms are that are at play underneath our life, underneath the functioning of the physical organism. And as soon as you do something like become raw vegan for even one day, I mean, this is a 2-week experience for us, but even the first day, with what I know about how this works and with what I know about what the body needs when it's going through a detox state, or when it's going into a state of just real nutritional difference. It's used to certain things. It's used to balancing for certain things. All of a sudden, you kind of throw a curveball. And generally, I like to be a little more gentle about easing into a cleanse like this. I would usually try and take a week or two before, or even a month before, and start gearing up for it, changing my diet in advance, eating a lot more raw food before we go on the cleanse. Just didn't work out that way this time. It's the way our lives are, and the way that our days are structured with the, we, both of us, my wife and I, working pretty full time. We have a child. It's like we barely managed to launch this thing when we did. Now I'm really glad that we have, but it's going to be a bit of a we're going to be hanging on to the magic carpet as we fly through this experience. But I did sort of realize, this is something I kind of want to chronicle the experience of, and also, share some of what I've learned over the years. I've had fantasies in my past lives of, not my literal past lives, just many years ago. I've had fantasies about leading groups through an experience like this, like taking a group of people, and because I've done it now, I've probably done this cleanse 12 times or more. And the first several times I did it, I was raw vegan exclusively anyway. So those were intense experiences, but very different character than going from a very healthy but like meat eating diet into a raw vegan cleanse detox state very quickly. So I feel like I have a whole gamut of experiences and a whole gamut of internal practices, things that have helped me, things that I'm using literally like today and yesterday to keep myself in a place where this feels good. The intensity of it and the kind of detox state, which can result in headaches, it can result in a kind of like, for me, it feels like almost like an all full body craving. My system is just like, I think it's the fat, like, where's the fat? What's going on? So it starts to draw on my own stores in a different way. Probably good stuff, right? Probably like, this is healthy. This is the body cleansing itself of nutrition and substances that it doesn't maybe need as much of as it normally gets. But there's a physical experience that goes along with that. There's an emotional experience that goes along with that, psychological experience. Like we want to be conscious of that and kind of prepared for it, so that we can, be as gentle on ourselves as we can. So I'm going to be talking about this over the next couple of weeks. It's going to get more intense. This week we're eating 3 meals a day. I mean, it's actually, we call them weeks because it used to be that we did this over the course of 4 weeks. Now we're doing it over the course of 2 weeks, because 4 weeks of raw vegan with a child in your house who's eating not raw vegan food felt a little insane. So this is week 1, but it's really only 4 days. And then we're going to transition to week 2 or phase 2, when we will be cutting out 1 meal per day successively. So in week 2, you cut out a meal and you replace it with juice. Week 3, you cut out another meal, so you're only eating 1 meal a day. The other 2 meals are juice. And then by week 4, phase 4, where it's exclusively juice. You're not having any more solid meals. So there's shifts that happen all along the way, and I will do my best to. So I'm both capturing them for myself so that I document some of the knowledge I've acquired over the years, because a lot of this stuff I've never really written down. It's just been experiential knowledge that I've done this enough times that I kind of know how it works, and I know what to draw on when I'm in the situation and whatnot. But I'm documenting it for myself, but also hopefully if anybody else is interested, you can let me know, leave me a comment, follow this post, and I will try to give you my best summary view of how this, of what this experience kind of is and what the phases are like. And we're doing if you're interested, it's called the Ejuva intestinal cleanse. Ejuva is EJUVA. And if you just go ejuva.com, you'll find Charles Partido, who invented this cleanse, developed this cleanse. I think must have done it in like the early 2000s. The first time I did it was like 2009 maybe. So you'll find his website, and he's got a bunch of other great products on there as well, and some decent information. There's a lot of typos on his website. I kind of want to send him a note and be like, hey man, you should have somebody edit your website, because you got great products, amazing products, but it looks like, maybe somebody should have proofed the copy. So anyway, that's the deal. That's what I'm here to talk about this week, or these 2 weeks. I'm gonna play a little music before we go, though. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Stay with me over these next couple weeks if you're interested in finding out how to detox your body. It works. That's all I can say. Take care. Appreciate you. See you soon.